There's something almost magical about that wedding scene in Outlander. The one that forever sealed Jamie and Claire's love in the hearts of millions. Fans have watched it countless times, memorizing every glance, every touch, every whispered vow. But what if I told you that even after nearly a decade, Sam Heughan himself has just revealed a shocking truth about that very moment? A detail that could completely change the way you see Jamie and Claire's marriage? As the world waits for Outlander Season 8, the final chapter in this unforgettable saga, Sam's unexpected confession has reignited the storm of emotions fans thought had long settled. During a recent conversation about the evolution of the series, Sam let slip something that stunned longtime viewers, a major change behind the wedding scene that no one saw coming. It all started when the cast began teasing what fans can expect in the upcoming season. Sam, who has lived and breathed Jamie Fraser for years, hinted that one of the show's most iconic scenes, the wedding, might carry an even deeper meaning in the final episodes. He spoke softly, almost nostalgically, recalling how that single moment defined both his character and his connection to Caitriona Balfe, who plays Claire. And then, with a knowing smile, he dropped the revelation. You know, the wedding wasn't exactly as it was in Diana Gabaldon's book. We changed something big. That statement sent fans spiraling back to the original Outlander novel, searching for differences they might have missed. And indeed, there were many. In the books, Claire's wedding ring is simple, just an ordinary ring. But the series chose to transform that detail into something symbolic, something with soul. A ring shaped like a key, forged by a blacksmith, representing Jamie's heart being unlocked by Claire. Behind that small prop lay hours of debate and creative chaos. Showrunner Ronald D. Moore revealed that he wanted the ring to carry weight, to mean something more than just a token. Costume designer Terry Dressbach recalled that Moore's first idea was a nail. He pitched to me a nail for the ring, she laughed. And I told him, are you insane? But through countless sketches and late-night redesigns, the concept evolved, from something cold and sharp to something poetic. The key, a symbol that said everything about Jamie and Claire without a single word. For Sam, it wasn't just a prop. He once described how holding that ring made him feel Jamie's devotion more deeply. It wasn't about the metal, he said, it was about what it meant. That Jamie was giving Claire access to everything he is. Fans loved it, they cried, they swooned, they called it one of the most romantic gestures in TV history. But here's where the new twist comes in. Sam hinted that this transformation, this decision to alter the original story, is only the beginning. There are things we changed back then, he said, and things we're changing now, for a reason. It all connects. What reason could that be? What could possibly make Sam and the producers revisit such a sacred moment in Outlander history? The answer might lie in how the wedding scenes in Outlander have always reflected Claire's two worlds. Her past with Frank and her future with Jamie. In Diana Gabaldon's book, both weddings happen in the same church. But in the show, Moore deliberately chose two different locations. I wanted contrast, he explained. Her marriage to Frank was accidental, rushed, rooted in obligation. Her marriage to Jamie was fate. Every alteration, from the church to the dress, even the story of where it came from, was designed to deepen the emotion. In the books, Claire's wedding gown was plain, brownish, borrowed from an innkeeper's wife. On screen, Moore imagined it being gifted from an aristocrat to a brothel, a story that costume designer Terry Dressbach admitted made her furious at first. "You're going to give me a dress from a prostitute?" she shouted. But in the end, the logic clicked. It actually worked, she said. It gave the dress a history, a past, like Claire herself. And now, years later, Sam's new words suggest that the spirit of that creativity, that willingness to rewrite and reimagine, is returning in Season 8. His tone hinted at nostalgia, but also at closure. "When we filmed that wedding, we didn't know how far Jamie and Claire's journey would go," he said. "Now, we do, so maybe it's time to unlock that key again." The moment he said that, fans lost their minds. On social media, theories exploded. Is Sam talking about a recreation of the wedding? A flashback? Or perhaps a final farewell that mirrors that very first promise of love and loyalty? Whatever the truth may be, one thing is certain. Something powerful is coming. Something that will make fans fall in love with Jamie and Claire all over again, one last time. When Sam Heughan spoke those words, "Maybe it's time to unlock that key again," it felt like more than just a nostalgic nod. For longtime Outlander fans, it was a quiet promise that the story's final chapter would circle back to where it all began. Love, sacrifice, and the bond that defied centuries. Season 8, according to whispers from the set, will not only revisit emotional milestones from the early years but will also reimagine some of them through a more mature lens. Sam hinted that Jamie and Claire's love, though tempered by time and tragedy, will find new strength in vulnerability. "They've been through war, loss, and miracles," he said in one interview. "What you'll see now is what it means to truly belong to someone, after you've lost everything else." That statement alone sent chills through the fandom. For many, Jamie and Claire aren't just characters. They're symbols of resilience, proof that love can survive even the impossible. And as the final season approaches, the symbolism of that key-shaped ring suddenly feels more important than ever. Behind the scenes, the creative team appears to be crafting a thematic echo, a kind of emotional mirror between the wedding of Season 1 and the closure of Season 8. Costume designer Terry Dressbach, who had once agonized over the original ring and dress, revealed in a retrospective that every thread, every stitch was designed to tell a story about identity. The same philosophy seems to guide the upcoming season. Rumors suggest that the new episodes will include moments that parallel that first wedding night, not as repetition, but as reflection. The passion of youth may be replaced by tenderness, the fire of discovery by the calm of understanding. Yet, somehow, the chemistry between Sam and Caitriona remains electric, grounding every scene with authenticity. One insider described a touching sequence being filmed: Jamie holding the same key ring, older now, weathered, and scarred. The lighting, the framing, even the music reportedly mimic that original wedding episode. But there's something different this time. "It's not about beginning anymore," the insider said. "It's about remembering. About realizing that love isn't what you promise on your wedding day. It's what you keep proving, over and over, every day after." That kind of emotional full circle is exactly what fans have been hoping for. On online forums, viewers have been revisiting Season 1, analyzing every symbol, every line of dialogue. "The key," one fan wrote, "wasn't just for Claire to unlock Jamie's heart. It was for us, the audience, to unlock what this story really means." Sam seems to agree. In a behind-the-scenes chat, he reflected on how much Jamie has evolved over the years. "When we first filmed the wedding, I saw it as romantic, a man falling in love. Now, I see it as something deeper. Jamie was giving her trust, his freedom, his entire world. That's what makes the ring so powerful. It's the weight of everything he's willing to surrender." Those words reveal why the show's creators have chosen to revisit this imagery now. The Outlander journey has always been about connection, between people, between times, between souls. Season 8 appears to tie all of those threads together in one final emotional knot. Even Caitriona Balfe has hinted that the ending will be bittersweet but beautiful. In one interview, she said, "There's a scene that mirrors something from the wedding, but when we filmed it, we both had tears in our eyes. It wasn't scripted, it just happened. Maybe because we both knew this was goodbye. Goodbye. Not just to Jamie and Claire, but to the world that made them immortal." Yet, Sam's words keep echoing. Maybe it's time to unlock that key again. It's as if he's inviting fans to look deeper, beyond the costumes, beyond the history, into the emotional truth that has carried Outlander for more than a decade. Perhaps the big change he hinted at isn't simply a visual or narrative alteration. Perhaps it's something far more personal, a final act of storytelling that bridges the gap between the characters and the fans who have loved them. A symbolic return to the beginning, reminding everyone that the truest form of love is not found in perfection, but in persistence. And so, as 2026 draws nearer and the countdown to the premiere begins, fans around the world are preparing themselves for tears, nostalgia, and closure. The key ring that once opened Jaime's heart now unlocks an entire legacy, one built on courage, devotion, and timeless passion. Because in the end, Outlander was never just about time travel or destiny. It was about a promise, whispered at an altar centuries apart, yet echoing eternally. You are my home.